Uh, Today is the last day of Mercury retrograde. Today we go direct. What a beautiful day. Um, sheesh. Talk about uh, powerful. This was, in my opinion, since I started studying astrology, one of the most powerful Mercury retrogrades I've experienced as an astrologer and just being in the spiritual game. But wow, so many lessons in this year of the blue storm. You know what I mean? In this 8th year of things coming full circle. Uh, and now we're in this yellow sun wave spell, which is all about enlightenment, life itself, the matrix, and universal fire. And what that means, that universal fire, is this is the Kundalini energy or the cleansing energy, which cleans out all the impurities. You know, there was that verse in the Bible where it said God wouldn't destroy the earth again through water, he would use fire. Well, this is the fire, in my opinion, that they are talking about. The universal fire, the Kundalini energy, the yin and the yang, the two snakes, the two serpents. You know, these are also the two thieves that were hanging next to Jesus on the cross. Those two people next to Jesus represent the Christ consciousness, but the two thieves that were next to him were the Ida and the Pingala. So it's very symbolic at this time. And we have a couple more days left of this energy right here. Excuse me. It's been wild out here today. Just the energy. What's going on, Michelle? How you feeling today? Couple more days. So there's a lot of downloads. There's a lot of why things had to happen the way they had to happen energy in this kind of a wave spell. Because this is going to bring you closer to what's going on beneath the surface. The Mercury retrograde was a big part of that because it brought the past back to light. And when it brought the past back to light, it highlighted communication, because being in the year of the blue storm, we have to honor the colors and the chakras that they correspond with. The throat chakra is definitely on deck right now. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, but it's also about clear communication, setting boundaries, and expressing yourself in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? Not in an emotional way, even though that should be part of it, especially when those emotions are in check, because that's the rocket fuel for manifestation. So we're talking about affirmations, we're talking about self-talk, we're talking about all the things that we say to ourselves when nobody's around. You know, our communication with the universe. Oh, why you gotta let shit happen like this? Oh, fuck you, God. When it's really about being grateful for the idiots and the assholes who are there to just light the fire under our ass so that we get moving, you know? And how do you express yourself not only verbally but non-verbally? Are you being too passive aggressive? You know what I'm saying? Are you just waiting for people to read your mind instead of really being out front with everything that's going on? You know what I'm talking about? And then we got the distractions, you know what I'm saying, of people who really have nothing better to do because they are scared to do the work. So they would rather try to interfere with people that are doing the work. So I'm always happy when trolls show up, because they just really drive the point home, whether they know it or not. Whether they know it or not, they're part of the equation, and they help so much. You know what I'm talking about? They're the fuel to the fire, where otherwise we might be complacent with where we are in life. So keep that in mind as you move forward, because you know, new levels, new devils, and a lot of us are experiencing, even if it's just a shift in your perspective of who you are and why you're here, that is brand spanking new. You feel what I'm saying? Brand spanking new. So happy end of the Mercury retrograde. You know what I'm saying? Happy end of the Mercury retrograde. And give it about a week, because Mercury is stationed. It's like at the stop sign right now. And it's getting ready to pick up steam. So anything that you had involving communications, even travel, you know what I'm saying? This is third house energy with Gemini, and this is also fifth house energy with Virgo, when you're talking about Mercury. So we're talking about the details, we're talking about acts of service, we're talking about gut intuition, but we're also talking about siblings. We're talking about the inner child as well. You know what I'm saying? So now's the time. Mercury really gave us a chance to review things. You know what I mean? Is it worth keeping this? Really reading over the fine print of things. You know what I mean? It's not something you should be scared of. Absolutely not. It's there to work in your behalf. So let's just say you went on a job interview. You wanted to make sure you got all the details, the ins and outs of what you were responsible for and what they're responsible for. It's just not one of those things where you just jump in out of desperation or the need for something. You want to be clear with how everything is going. You know what I'm saying? So, traveling on Friday. Okay. That's what's up. So it's just another thing, it helps you even when Mercury's not in retrograde. Now that I've learned that I need to double check, you know what I mean? I need to make sure things are lined up, especially when it comes to communication and travel, especially short distance travel. Long distance travel, you're talking about Sagittarius energy, you know what I mean? The world philosopher kind of energy. So let's see what we got out today for this beautiful return to going direct energy. And if you want a really good example of what retrogrades look like, go to I'm at an intersection right now. If you ever looked at a wheel while it's spinning, while somebody's driving, it's going around real fast, right? When it slows down to the stop sign, have you ever noticed that it looks like it spins backwards? This is what the retrograde is. It's not actually not going the direction it's supposed to be, but it's slowing down the station at a stop sign so that you could look both ways before you cross the next part of your travel. Do you understand? And then as it picks up, which where we're at right now, it'll appear to spin backwards again, and that'll be a little bit of residual energy. So you might have a little residual energy coming back as far as everything that I've already explained. But then going forward, you know what I'm saying? The ride should be a lot better. This should be a lot smoother and easier, especially if you're surrendering to the ease and the flow of all that is. Call it what you want. The matrix itself is nothing but the projections of the brain. You want a good example? This is when Neo was talking to Morpheus in that white room with the chair. It's nothing but sensory, and everything that we put into it, everything that we believe is what is going on in our lives. So keep that in mind. Speaking of Mercury and that energy, we got the Lovers. I'm going to turn this around because I don't like having things in there. And thank you to all my trolls for stopping through and hyping the video up. I love y'all just as much as everybody else. Surrendering to the flow, the Lovers, the yin and the yang. This is very much a Gemini card. It's about making decisions at the end of the day. But this is, and I called it out. I'm telling you, this is going to be the year of divine couples coming back together. This ain't for everybody. You'll know if it's for you. But those of you who have been on this kind of a journey of looking for a partnership, but I might add, have surrendered the need for this kind of partnership, this may be that kind of energy where communication starts picking back up. The retrograde brings a lot of people from the past back so you can review those relationships. So maybe there was a part of you that self-sabotaged relationships that you were able to amend, which now allows you to be in a healthy relationship. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what it is. You know what I mean? It's a harmony. It's a balance. This is the dance of the universe. You feel what I'm saying? Bottom of the deck, we have the coral dragon, which means your energy, your high vibration, you being authentically you is all that need be right now. This is your protection. Your authenticity, as Bobby Hemmett used to teach us, is your protection. This is when everything works out in your favor because you are maintaining a focus of what it is that you're hoping to achieve at this time. You know what I mean? I don't even want to say hoping, but moving towards. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, it is a fairy. This whole deck is based on fairies. Fancy is a fairy. But your colors, your aura, your energy will warn people that if they mess with you, and sometimes people aren't that intelligent, but their spirit knows. You understand what I'm saying? Something in them will tell them don't mess with that person, whether or not they're judging by what they see on the outside of you. You feel what I'm saying? So stand in that kind of faith that your energy, your aura is your protection. It keeps you safe from people and circumstances It'd be like your intuition telling you don't go down this street, and you avoid these people anyway. You know what I mean? Because we're not looking to put that kind of responsibility on anybody else. On anybody else. You know what I mean? And I get two more for this because it's a beautiful day, and I want to enjoy it. I'm gathering rocks for that fairy garden because I like to take my time. And that is the other message. Take your time with all the beautiful shit that you create. Speaking of which, look, the red dragon. Yeah, more dragons. More dragons. Now, for people who aren't aware of what dragons symbolize, dragons and gargoyles and all these hideous creatures are guardians of sacred items, places, you know, tombs. You'll see them out in front of the houses, especially around here in NOLA, you know, with two dogs or two griffins, two lions. These are guardian spirits, and they're meant to protect that which is sacred. And only the childlike, like it says in, I believe it's Matthews, where God tells everybody that only you can enter through the gates of heaven if you were like a child, something to that effect. It's the same energy. You have to be able to look past the grotesque, you know, your fears, because that's what these things are meant to do, evoke your fears. If you're fearful of what's guarding it, then you are not worthy of what it is guarding. This is giving birth to the dragon inside of you as well. And this goes back to that Kundalini energy I was talking about. You know, those two snakes that were, or those two thieves that were crucified next to Jesus represent the Ida and the Pingala. Those two cranial, those two nerves that go from your spine all the way up to your cerebral cortex, my Negroes. But this is more about nurturing now all that you've created, nurturing your new beginnings, taking your time and being intuitive, because you know, being a mother or being in that yin energy is very much about being intuitive. There is no guidebook for how to grow what is in front of you. You might have great examples of that, but this is a unique creation that came from you. So this is one of those things where you intuitively know when to water your garden, when to step away and let it do what it needs to do. You understand what I'm saying? When to be firm and assertive in a masculine sense, and when to be nurturing and healing in a feminine aspect. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing, but this is definitely about your new beginning, whatever that is for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one more, just so the trolls can go back and have something to talk about later. And all my good people, you can get, this is more, I feel this is more confirmation for a lot of you who are really exploring yourself and the world around you and the world inside of you as well. And I'm gonna show you something too, because a pair of these landed on me and they were mating, but this is what it's about. There's a lot of creation going on. They must have died paired up. Let me see if they're still alive. Let's see. Yeah, they might have got hit by a car or something. But as I was riding over the bridge over here, a pair of them were really stuck to my arm. So I take that as a sign. How is the universe communicating to you now? You know what I'm saying? How is spirit communicating to you? Because this is a time of self-mastery. This is the ease and flow, the surrender, the stretching beyond your limits. The Queen of Spades is the second most powerful, highest card in the system of the destiny cards, in my opinion, when you deal with it in the spiritual sense. But this is about self-mastery. Going beyond your limits, stretching beyond the pain, the fear, the hurt, and bringing yourself back into alignment with all that is. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a great time to stretch yourself out, and however that means to you. Let's see something here. All right, there we go. Orientation lock, I know, motherfucker. Well, more of that retrograde energy. And be mindful, the post and pre-retrograde periods tend to have more energy behind them. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot of energy to start a car to move, and it takes a lot of energy to stop something from moving. So be mindful of that. This is when really things really take off as far as whatever planet is in retrograde for me is an experience. And then the middle part is just like the cruising, you know what I'm saying, the waiting period. But this is the Om symbol. This is being very much in touch with the cosmos, the creator, all that fly stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you notice in the background, it's the sun. This card is linked to the sun as well. That Orphan Annie song, the sun will come out tomorrow. Well, this is that tomorrow. This is also about shining your light now. And I don't mean going out there and jumping on stage and performing and acting a fool. This is just you being authentically who you are. And here's a side note. Regardless of how much you try to hide it, others will see it, so you might as well prepare now. Mercury will help you with that if you were following suit with what was coming up in your life about how to communicate with people and how to cut communications with people. You know, King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy, but also the non-verbal communication. You know, what the universe is saying without saying anything, what people are saying, their body language, their movements, you know, actions speak louder than words kind of energy. So this was all a good refresher or a really great test, if you will. I look at Mercury as more of a quiz than a final exam, because it's one of the more faster planets, and we tend to experience their changes more so than the generational planets. Wow, there goes another pair of those mating. They look like the lightning bugs from back home, but they're a little bit smaller. I don't know. Nature out here is just a little bit different than it was back in PA. But self-mastery at this time. All the work that you've put into yourself, you're going to see the results. I don't care how fast or how slow, you will see the results. So keep at what you're doing right now in the realms of self-mastery, because it's really going to pay off if it isn't already paying off. If you started a new regimen of working out, a new diet, you know what I'm saying, a new way of thinking, or going about, your friend circle has changed to more healthy and positive people who pour into you rather than knock you down, you know what I'm saying, that kind of energy. Stay with that. Stay with that energy. And welcome in to anybody who's new to the channel. Appreciate you stopping in. You know what I'm saying? This is the Who-kah Lounge, where we don't sugarcoat. This is all the smoke you could ever want or need. And this is a place where, there go another pair. They're all over the place out here next to this water. This is about getting you back in touch with you. You understand what I'm saying? You're not here to follow anything or anybody but your own internal guidance system and whatever it is that goes along with that. Your beliefs, your dreams. We're here to support all that coming true for you. But we are not here to hold your hand. You understand what I'm saying? So self-mastery, and this is what it's about. Nobody is coming to save you. You must act accordingly for your own benefit. Everything will support you when you are in that energy, trust and believe. You know what I'm saying? But nothing is going to pull you out of a place you're not willing to work on yourself. Self-mastery. All right. Great messages coming through these cards today. I hope everybody's feeling great. It's a beautiful day out in NOAA. It looks like we might actually get some rain later. I really hope so, because I love the rain. Rain is a beautiful cleansing quality. And if you have a chance next time, if it's raining, go outside in the damn rain and stop fighting all this natural energy trying to help you cleanse. You know what I mean? The last card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. This is everything going direct again. This is changing, you know. This is the wheel turning in your favor. If things were going sideways, sour, it looked like things might not work out. Well, it depended on how you handled yourself during those situations. I'll put that out there. I will put that out there. This is not a confirmation that all that is going to come to a change and you have not done the work on yourself. You feel me? But if you are, this is what it's talking about. The Wheel of Fortune. And at the end of the day, and as you can see, it's a phoenix. So it's a resurrection for a lot of people who have made the changes. You're going to start experiencing life in a more wholesome way. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to start running into people who are the same vibration. Don't limit yourself to saying there's few, if any, even though it may seem like that. Let the universe surprise you at this time. Let your gifts be in a receiving mode at this time as well. Let your gifts come in. Let your blessings come in. Let me stop with the word blessings, because that word, I tell you, this language is really tricky. Part of Mercury retrograde. Watch what you're saying. The words that you're using, especially to describe yourself, make sure you're looking up the root word of how all that came about so that you're not cursing yourself by accident. You feel me? And that's part of this Wheel of Fortune. Realizing the value of everything that you are, all that you are, what you bring to the table, and also the value of things that you are bringing into your circle, your existence, blah, blah, blah. You feel what I'm saying? So, real brief message, as far as I'm concerned. Nice, short, to the point, which is what Mercury really wanted to get us to do, is not beat around the bush, especially when it comes to speaking things into existence that we want to experience, and the people that we want to have around us, making sure that they're clear on how clear we are, kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? But as always, it is an honor and a pleasure to serve the collective and those who are on their journey to self-mastery, and even the trolls. One day you will see, you know what I'm saying? To the people that support it as well as the people that hate it, thank you, because it's all energy to be transmuted anyway. You're not affecting a thing over here one way or another. And I encourage everybody out there to keep that kind of attitude, because you don't need to look outside of yourself for anything. No validation, none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all within. All you gotta do is bring it out. Take your time. Have a wonderful day. Wholesomeness and unconditional love to self and those who rock with you. All right. Let's see. I'll go through the comments real quick because y'all funny. Absolutely. Messages retracted. Hello from Jersey. That's what's up. Yeah. I was a Jersey boy myself. Welcome in from Italy. That's what's up. Yeah, look at some of this. Yeah, we got some peoples out here. Somebody loves fentanyl. Rose on the Titanic. To me, that's absolutely funny, and it helps my vibration. So that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Become the alchemist, the magician, self-mastery. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to go to IG maybe later and do some card pulls for the collective. If you're not already on there, it's phoenix.nebula.9. Everything is in the description box. It'll be there. But I hope to connect with y'all later on or in the near future, all right? I'm turning this off. All right, y'all.